All right. Just started the stream. Yep, this is going to be our first run. Let's get into it. Random. Perils of Production, Ember Cache, and 2 Sharpens. So our lead clan is Umbra. We have a lot of energy manipulation already here, so I'm looking towards X-Cost cards. We also have the Awokened as our second, so I wouldn't be surprised to go X-Cost cards for energy generation as well as like an Awoken Rail Spike. Not bad. Are the Covenants always bad like in Slay the Spire? Well, in Slay the Spire, I would argue that the first level is not bad, and that trend holds here, right? So the first level in Slay the Spire gives you more elite spawns, and elites are a great way to get relics, and relics are a great way to get powerful. So if you can counter those elites, then you can be better off on Ascension 1 than Ascension 0. Here, similarly, you start out with 5 extra cards in your deck. This random starting hand, this is because I'm in Covenant 1, rather than Covenant 0. So it seems like in both of those games, Ascension 0 and Covenant 0 are effectively there to just introduce you slowly to the game, and then you start effectively from Covenant and Ascension 1 being the base. Look for Shadow Siege instead. That would actually be great. I would be super down for that. Ooh. Deal 2 damage to a rear enemy unit whenever a morsel is eaten. I mean, like, morsels always get eaten in this build. Can you get the big Ciscos boy? That would be the Shadow Siege. So Penumbra, that is to say the Glutton Penumbra, got a lot worse. It used to have +3/+3. Now, well, I actually think it started at 12/12 as well. But it used to have +3/+3, and now it's +3/+1. Maybe, if there was ever a time to take Penumbra, maybe now is that time. The Architect Penumbra, sorry. Did you see my message? I think I must not. Oops. On the same floor as Gorgia. Wanted to mention something I realized about the Architect Penumbra. It's an enabler with some extra damage. I definitely oftentimes focus heavily on trying to get my champion very early to carry me, and then segueing out of that later when other units are just ridiculously more powerful. I agree. I'm gonna take the Architect this time and see what I can do with it. Enemy units enter with armor 20 is, I don't understand how anyone is expected to consistently kill the enemies with this early. Like, if I had 3 plays of spikes on one of my characters, maybe. So this only costs 1 space effectively, and then I can put, what, like 2 train suits behind you, but I actually want to leave space for morsels as well. The last one also has a negative floor cost with it, as it gives 1 capacity. Right, so it gives 4 capacity, it takes up 3 itself. It makes the room emptier by being in it. You only need to eat 5 morsels to get through the armor, and I only get 3 per cycle. But the enemies barely deal any fire damage. That's a good point. That's a good point, well made. I do want the early unit draft, especially because there are a lot of units here that if I see them, I know where I'm going with this build. Obviously, Shadow Siege is one of them, Shadow Eater is another, Overgorger is another. I mean, I might as well just set up on the top floor, right? Take as little damage here as possible. Yeah, I guess I'll get the extra energy. Especially because double Sharpen next turn would be really good with that double extra energy. Is there any such thing as a cursed run in Monster Train? Depends on your definition of cursed run. If you're saying cursed run is in like a run that is cursed, as in like it's real difficult, things are going badly, that kind of situation, then yeah, I mean, that exists in every game. Or if you're talking about gaining curses and using those for a benefit, there is an event that gives you the ability to use, what are they called? Blights in this game? There is an event that gives you the ability to use Blights for a benefit, but I don't see the avenue for getting enough Blights to make that as core an element of your run as that often is in a cursed run. I think he means Blight runs, okay. I only figured out halfway through explaining the other thing that I was like, wait, hang on. Probably means blight runs, eh? Okay. Honestly, I almost got all of the sharpens to prevent all the damage here. Still only taking 2 damage, though. Oh, never mind. There we go. Fully protected now. Glad to see that works. I'll get another sharpen out there as well. So my next 2 rounds are mainly going to be focused on trying to get some healing off here. Regen would be really nice. Any shade splitters that give lifesteal or any... Oh god, double energy is actually one of the worst things I could have gotten there. Hey Overlord, how's it going? Okay. We still get the win here already. I mean, if we get the win, we might as well just hold right click. Space Prism. Does anything need that much? 2 damage for a unit dropped. Oh, that's one thing as well. Seraph is tempering the strength of my unit, so we'll have sap applied to us. I think Mind Collapse could be good with power. Okay, I've got a question about X-Cost cards being cast for 0. If an X-Cost card has spell power damage applied to it, not spell power damage, but a gem that gives it extra damage, then can Mind Collapse kill something being cast for 0 cost? You can cast it for 0, but does it kill? It slays? Well, that's a little more appealing now. But I don't need that much energy manipulation is the thing, right? I already have a lot of energy manipulation in the deck already. Already. That's 10 damage with the 10 damage upgrade. I'll take it. A little bit more targeted damage. Steel Enhancer, Razor Sharp Edge, as well as Sting. I think I'm gonna go Steel Enhancer because I might end up getting like a Animus of Will to put behind the Penumbra. Hello, Animus of Will, but that's an alloyed construct. Okay, Animus of Will, obviously, I already wanted that. It'd be a really good target for Steel Enhancer. I just pop a lot of buffs on the target, it'd be good, right? Alloyed construct, inert. This unit cannot attack unless it has fuel. It has multi-strike, attacks an additional time each turn, and it also triggers when this unit, the Gorge effect gives it 1 fuel, and that triggers whenever it eats a morsel. So, one question I have is, does this have to eat 2 morsels a turn in order to attack, or 1 morsel a turn? Does it consume a fuel per strike, or a fuel per attack? Because if it's per attack, then you hit 25 2 times. If it's per strike, if you only have 1 fuel, you only hit 25. Does it use fuel every round of boss combat? Yes. No, fuel is only lost once per turn, not per strike. Beautiful. I'm gonna take the alloyed construct here. We're obviously gonna look for, you know, some like large stone action would be really nice. Merchant of Steel. We'll go for a really urchin. We'll go for a really urchin Merchant of Steel. Really early one, rather. Quick. That's gonna let the alloyed construct kill a lot of enemies before they kill, or even before they attack. You have spikes. I do have spikes, Brocham. That's a very good point. That unit does need to be up front in order to get its Gorge effects off. So that means I will be applying spikes to this unit, and if I am applying spikes to this unit, then those spikes help me filter out the enemy units that are small before I have multi-strike back, right? So I mentioned this before, but I'll go over it very shortly. If I have a unit in my front line and I give them quick, but all of the front enemy units are small, I'll just hit those two, and then the big units in the backline will still manage to live. Whereas if I have spikes on my unit and don't have quick, they'll just attack me, die against me, and then I'll double strike the big enemy unit. I mean, I could just give it spikes, but I do have like a bunch of spike spells, and especially spike spells that are quite good with the enhanced +4 on a multi-striker there. Heartstone is a lot. I'm just worried because I really want to be able to reroll here and then possibly see multi-strike or even large stone. And if I purchase the Heartstone, I can't reroll him, do that. Actually, unless I turn down this. Shadow Eater. Do I want a Morsel Master behind the Alloyed Construct? I think I do. So I have a severe lack of morsels in this deck at the moment. I've just got the Shade Splitters. But that means that I can be, after getting the Morsel Master, pretty picky about what morsel cards I pick up and make sure that I only get good morsels behind my Allied Construct. I think I'll take that. We got multi-strike, great. Yeah, I want that multi-strike more than I want the health right now. We can get health later. I'd really like to get more consistent. Oh, God. Really? The Clergyman? You know, I only have 1 health. The only problem is, like, my first hand is going to be Penumbra Allied Constructs. Do I just take the damage? But yeah, when I have good morsels, the Allied Construct's going to be a lot better. This does not seem great. How much do I want the money? The next area doesn't actually even have a... Ooh, there is Pyramanes on the same side as a Hellvent. Do I care about duping anything? No, not yet. Okay. I don't think I care about this money as much as I would if there was another Merchant of Steel in this area, but the Merchant of Steel is like a fair wail away. Not gonna take it. Okay. So the Penumbra increases the size of this floor so that I can put the Allied Construct out in front. Then it goes Morsel Master and then Shades. The Shades. The Morsels just go in there. Okay. Morsel Master at the very back? Yeah, Morsel Master at the very back is fine. Let's sharpen you. Use Mind Collapse to kill... Wait, which is the most damage? You're actually the most damage. And then sharpen you again. Actually, no, that backliner was going to attack before I responded. So, yeah, I needed to kill the Discipled Foot Soldier there instead. Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Could go on with anything and I went with oopsie doopsie. I'm going to pick up the Lifesteal. That's a huge, huge pickup for us right there. Great. See if I can start getting some regen on the unit there as well. What's that yellow monster? Yellow. Ah, yes, the Alloyed Construct. It is inert, multi-strike 1. I've given it a second multi-strike. Gorge, gain 1 fuel. It can only attack if it has fuel, and the Gorge effect is whenever it triggers in after eating a morsel. It's effectively it's just a counter that says if the unit can attack or not, based on whether or not it's eaten recently. Let's X-Cav there. Throw down these train stewards. I'm not getting through this whole deck again. I might as well just play those out. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, you did? You go on the Good Shepherd Entertainment stream? Yeah, Silly's just giving you an answer there, which is not yet. It's not a buff, it's a stack. Yes, yeah, it's coded as a stack, which is good because otherwise, you know, the Seraph that can remove your buffs could remove it, and that would be kind of a tragic time. There we go, Morsel Miner. Literally exactly what I was asking for, interestingly, was just a good morsel to put with the Morsel Master. Restoration Detonation. Do I want like a single target heal spell that's actually quite large? Or do I think I not need that? Do I think I not... Do me think me not need that? I honestly don't know if I need it. I like Razor for your multi. I don't think the multi's damage is letting us down anytime soon. Yeah, I think this is basically only good in the first 2 rounds. I also kind of want the Penumbra to die. But I guess, you know, as I level it up, it'll leave me with extra space. The regen might be better as it removes itself. I could have seen the regen. I'm actually starting to feel more like going to the Merchant of Magic. So there's the other option of going and doubling making of a morsel over here, but I'm thinking more Merchant of Magic so that I can cost reduce it. And then, no, I can't even dupe it in this area. Maybe I just dupe it. I always hate duping things that don't already have a buff on them, but this is huge. 8&1, thank you very much for the subscription. Much appreciated. Jerry Modes in chat, welcome to the Republic. Event first? Well, I'm always going for the event first, but I can't. I'm still not decided my path. You could look for a movement card to pull the champ out of the way rather than try and kill it. Okay. In the Awoken, I think there's one movement card descending. It restores your unit and descends them. And in Umbra, I think there's also only one, but it descends the whole floor. So we are gonna have to get real picky to find it. Mind Collapse? What? Mind Collapse is this one. Like, yeah, the buffing Mind Collapse is nice, but in particular, I want to buff Making of Morsel and get extra copies of it. Holdover Reduced Cost Morsel Maker. I'm not going to have the money to get that, even if I do reroll and find it. I think, honestly, I'm just going to go get the second Morsel Maker. I do have, like, the Ember Caches, the Perils of Production, as well as the Mind Collapse to make this an easier proposition. Should have looked at the event first. Ah, I forgot. Immediately forgot. Ryan. A rare from Stygian, a rare from Melting, a rare from Hellhaunt. Hellhaunt has access to, obviously, the Tome of Multi-Strike, which is good. Obviously has access to the Alloy of the Ancients, 25 armor just on application. Love that as well. Dark Deal is also a great pick here. From the Melting Remnant, I could see using Formless Child. Yeah, it's just Hellhaunt. Spike of the Hellhaunt? It's the only one I can really take here. Sure. Let's see if we can double stack it. Take my 2 player health and move on. Thankfully, that wouldn't have changed anything. I'd really like to get the X-Cost card to cast for +3 here. Super useful. Please kill my Penumbra. To an enemy unit. Dang it. was about to try and cast that on my own. I'm specifically letting the bomb go off on my Penumbra. I want it gone. Hey, there we go. LED construct. And now we can starting. Even got fuel that turn. Perfect. Why is the Penumbra bad for you? It's not bad for me. It's just taking up space on this floor. And now that I have more Shade Splitters in the deck, as well as the Morsel Master duping them, I'm going to want to just get more morsels out. It's going to be more powerful than a 2015 that I never want to target with any buffs or heals. Are there any cards that trigger summon abilities? Ooh, no. That's an interesting idea, though. That would probably be in the Hellhorn, because the Hellhorn's thing is kind of summon. Don't love that. Extremely don't love that. So I'm wondering now whether or not I use the Perils of Production. If I use the Perils of Production, I'm not going to have the ability to use Making of Morsel next turn, but it's more armor. This is currently 20 armor. I'm taking 20 damage just to the bomb and then 10 outside of it. So I could get 4 more armor. Spike should save you. It will. It's just whether or not I also want to use Perils of Production to get it bigger. This doesn't leave us with much HP is my big concern right now. Definitely didn't leave me with much HP. Okay. Let's go Making of Morsel, put the Morsel Miner in front. I'm gonna Perils of Production it, getting a Making of Morsel, put the Morsel Miner in front. I hate that I'm sacrificing all of those Morsel Miners, but if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do, you know? Nice. That hurt. That hurt me in a spiritual place, and I don't even have those. I'm gonna chump block with this, actually. Lifesteal, though, if you survive. Yeah, we've got the lifesteal. We will be fine. It's just... oof. It was a momentary oof, not a permanent oof. You know? Damn. We should be fine. And get the Making Morsel. I'm actually finally gonna eat some of the unit that I specifically drafted around. It'd be nice to finally get to. Do spikes trigger lifesteal? No, spikes are not an attack. Also, the spikes damage triggers after your lifesteal if you hit an enemy that has spikes. So you'll lifesteal and then you'll take their spikes damage, which can be annoying. Shroud Spike. Kill a Morsel unit trigger eaten in gorges if it's been done 2 times. There's also a Wildwood Tome for Blind Quick, but again, has the same problem as the previous one we mentioned. Shroud Spike, I think. We have energy manipulation. We have, I mean, Teeth of Gold doesn't trigger on a gorge effect. But, yeah, this seems right. Morsel Maker is now 0 attack and 2 cost. Oof, double nerf. I don't need any of these, but it's nice to see. It's probably just extra draw, to be honest. Get back to my Making of Morsels more consistently, my Perils of Production, which is effectively at my energy, so like it's a little bit, like Hersel's Compound effectively has like a little bit of a red tip, because it's a little bit more energy, based on what it extra reaches for us. Energy, energy, energy? Whoa, hang on. More power on X? Yes, but drawing more gets me to my combo cards that give me mana, as well as my X costs at the same time. I guess draw. Sorry, chat, like, I'm almost certain that was draw. Hey, Dragton, how's it going? So there's a Merchant of Steel, but there's also an unstable... do I have a Merchant of Steel in the next area? I do have a Merchant of Steel in the next area, and it's on the same side as a Hersel's Horde. I don't really care about buffing any of my spells at the moment, that much. You consistently play every card every turn, it's draw. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yes, no, that's a really, really good way of elucidating that. Thank you. Someone might have already told you, but I watched the dev stream today and they told me something interesting. I have heard nothing from that dev stream today. Do removal, it's more draw. It's more that, like, I wonder whether or not I'm going to the next Merchant of Steel, because if I am, then I can skip this one. I think I am. What if I set up on floor 2? Use the jack strips to clear out, you know, your chaff. Richless Mask does give us the ability to catch the stragglers, but it also does mean that I want to set up my kill turn on the top floor, which I don't really want to do. With jack strips, I'd actually feel better about giving the alloyed construct quick. This basically happens every turn. If a value unit is still in your deck and it hasn't been drawn yet, you're guaranteed to get at least one of them. Oh, every turn. Huh. Good to know. Good to know. I was wondering why I, like, kind of consistently get my second. That's really good to know. Thank you. Let's get two of the train stewards out of here. Yeet. Is inert a keyword? Ooh, that's a good question. Yes. It's a keyword, but it doesn't have a stack, so it can't be double stacked. Also, it's a minion. Just in case that's what you're asking for when asking if it's a keyword. Nope. More size. Oh, what is the inert? Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it can't attack unless it has fuel, and it gains fuel by eating morsels. Enemy center with spell shield too. That is a little annoying, but we have the jack strip, so these quill marksmans are already dead. And I'm not going to want to cast that many spells against the clip reflector because they have incant. Yeah, I don't think that's actually a problem for us. I'll take the money. Red Boko, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Enjoy emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Yeah. Okay, so we're setting up on the second floor. You go there. Ooh. No, we Shade Splitter first, put the shade down. Heralds of Production, then we can steal Enhancer and Indication. Annoying? That top floor is really... Well... Put a morsel with Rage there. I could. Yeah, I like the money. Fine. Jeweler will give you the Perils of Production. The thing is, this is not going to die because it's not going to get Ember Drained. So I'm going to have to kill it myself later. I shouldn't have put that on that floor because of the incant trigger, but it's not going to be a problem. So we get the 75 gold from that. I mean, you'll just lose Ember Drain 1 next turn. I don't have to put a Train Steward down in front of you personally. I can just get a Shade Splitter and then pop that to get some more fuel. Okay. It's Excavated Ember. I'm probably just going to go Big Spike of the Hellhorn on the Awoken... the Alloyed Construct here. You have Fuel 3 right now? No, I should still Shade Split and put that down. Sharpen's not important anymore. It's just for clearing out the chaff. You, Sinvictor, and Jobs are all playing Monster Train. Yep. Also, Rockley Smile. Also, God, was Splattercat playing it as well? I know that I looked on my followed list, and almost everyone was playing Monster Train today. Very, very exciting to see. I hope everyone else has fallen in love with it as much as I have. Apparently a stream where they talk to Megacrit is coming up soon. Oh, I know. I go on immediately after that happens. But then, guess do nothing else. Actually, no, I'll pop the reset. Yeah, they asked me, like, hey, are you okay with us pushing your start an hour back? Because we have a secret special guest that is probably going to pull quite the audience, and we'd like you to follow them. And I was like, oh, sure. Yeah, no, that's completely fine by me. No problem whatsoever, you know. I did not know who it was going to be at all. I was very, very surprised and very excited to hear it was going to be Anthony. Regen. You know what? It's probably Shroud Spike because I'm not getting back to that and using it effectively before the end of this. Got him. Hey, Raps, don't know if you know, but they mentioned you as a huge promoter of the game. You were the only person they mentioned. It's very kind of them. I mean, like, I heard of the game from Ritos, so like, it's you know, it's always it's wholesome boys all the way down, kinda. Emberforge is an extra 2 energy per turn. I can set that up on the top floor, and in doing so, I can just make my Shroud Spike and my Spike the Hellhorn much better. Also means that I don't have to go energy after the next one. I can just get draw. I like it. I don't think I need any of these at all, even slightly. I like the focus growth is now draw +2 next turn, although now it also costs 2 and it's a bigger heal. Although, I guess, like, Awoken did need bigger, like, single target, or more bigger single target heals, rather. Shadow Emberforge still a meme? Don't make me put trample on it, no! Please, no. I did that before. I did my time, damn it. I could see +5, +10, but I'd probably reroll first. The start of battle, summon a morsel miner on each floor. Okay. Okay. Let's reroll first. Oh! Okay. Let's start getting the other train stewards out of here. That's 3 times multi-strike, striking 4 times. Big boy. 1 large man, please. With a side of morsel miners. What do you think of the buffs to a lot of the steel merchants' wares? Very big. I worry that they were powerful before, but people underpicked them because of... people, including me, by the way. People underpicked them because of a misevaluation of the power of getting those buffs at the start of combat for free. Free in combat, not free out of combat, right? And that now that they're better, people will take them more, and then they will be overpowered and people will take them less. Or rather, they'll get nerfed. I don't know if that's going to be, you know, definite, but... That's I've just got a little hunch that way. A little hunch. Okay. Pop a Penumbra. Get an alloyed construct in front of him. Get a morsel maker behind him. Amber Cash. I don't need to... Well, I do need to sharpen still because of the sycophants. Annoying. I have a feeling that as the shops... the covenants go up, the shops will be nerfed. That makes sense. Yeah. It seems like a decent avenue for things to, you know, change to make them less powerful. Arrows of production on you. Let's... Making of a morsel again. Mind collapse to kill you. Yeah, Emberforge can't go down if I put down the extra morsel miner here, so I'm just going to leave this floating in the deck. I'm totally fine leaving a morsel miner of all miners floating in my deck. Probably no other morsels, though. Okay. So obviously get the Emberforge down. So you're only going to deal 9 damage to me? Yeah, it's not that bad. That could be a lot worse. The extra energy there. Wait, Forge will get to eat Morsel Miner? Yeah. We will actually have a buff on the Forge. Alright, Spike of the Hellhorn, I think. It's not the biggest Spike of the Hellhorn of all time, but it's okay. Shroud Spike the Miner to get the big Emberforge? No, I've got to save it for an allied construct later on. It's a nice thought, though. Excav. Perils of Produce You. Sharpen, sharpen. Restore, restore. Sorry if this is a soft spoiler question, but the player is supposed to lose the tutorial, right? I have bad news, Chase. Unless it's been changed, I'm almost certain that's not the case. Is it? Did I lose the tutorial? Unless my memory is on the fritz, I'm pretty sure I didn't lose the tutorial. This is 15 damage to a unit. 2 extra energy back. I'll just kill that one. Okay. Oh, making of a Mourner, as well as all of my excavated embers in the same hand. Great. Sorry, and the Shroud Spike, rather. Make that Miner. Spike that Shroud. Actually, hang on. I get 4 more no, I get 2 more triggers if I play the Making of a Morsel first, and then play the Morsel after I Shroud Spike. I get 4 more triggers if I don't know. Nice. Got him. Big old got him right there. And give you some rage as well. Not bad. Not bad. Cannibalize, Excavation, Eruption, and a second Emberforge. I think that I'm done getting miners, actually. What buffs does your champion have? It's just the sum of Flussery capacity. We don't have anywhere to put the extra Emberforge. If we had, like, if the first Emberforge was only 1 capacity because we had the minor reflection event, then I could do that, but I definitely can't do it here. Sorry. Hey, there's Restoring Retreat. We now have the ability to descend units. Not sure I really want to, though. I can still descend the Penumbra out. But the thing is, after the Penumbra gets 1 more level, then it's actually going to introduce extra space into the room. So yeah, I still want it gone usually around there. But like, Allied Construct, Penumbra, Morsel Maker, Morsel Master, Minor Morsel, Minor Morsel, Minor Morsel, Minor Morsel, 7. It gets to the max stack already. So I don't think I actually want the Restoring Retreat. Yeah, because it matters less after the next upgrade. I could take an Ensnare to slow down big boys. The problem is this has its draw delayed to the next turn, so while it is card neutral, it's not card neutral instantly, and that matters. a lot. No, thank you. That's awful, Barrowan. I missed that message in chat, but I saw a response to it, so I ended up reading it. That is objectively horrifying. Sucks. Sometimes this is all you can say. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here for the merchant. Extremely merchant. All of these are garbage for us. There we go. Gorge abilities are triggered an additional time. Units gain an extra upgrade slot. That's another upgrade slot on my Elwood constructs. Gorge abilities trigger an additional time. That's a lot more fuel, which might matter against bosses later. But I think that when you summon your first morsel unit each turn, draw one is going to matter more, and I don't have the ability to buy both of them. Sorry if I bumped you out. I don't even know what to say. It's horrible. It's fine. I would rather know than not know. Cut maybe a restore and a shade splitter, I think, here. Yeah. Want to thin down the deck a little bit more so I get to the making morsels more consistently. Cut a sharpen. The sharpens are still plus 8 damage. Plus 20 20? They're plus 16 damage every time I play them on the Alloyed Construct, because the Alloyed Construct has 4 multi-strike, and they also enhance for plus damage. So it's not a super huge priority of mine to be cutting those, because they are quite effective, actually. Alright. Oh my god, this is such a blessed turn. Let's go. Penumbra. Construct in the front line. Morsel Master behind. Rage U, Penance, turnover. And yes, if... as if it need be said. Although... it do, evidently. But trans rights are human rights. Shroud Spike? It's probably not a Shroud Spike turn. Mind Collapse is actually castable with only 1 here. Happily only castable with 1. Let's get out the Ember Cache because we're always playing that this turn. I could go Sharpen, Mind Collapse to kill the... Actually, you know what? That one dies anyway. I'm going to Weight of Contrition. I'll Mind Collapse one of you, then Sharpen. I have to accept the damage from this Ultimate Penance. I need to start eating some morsels because I'm not currently actually fueled up. Drag Tom, that would be lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Q is between one term that some people feel is an umbrella term for the community, and other people also feel is a slur, so I will appropriately contextualize that for you. Queer or questioning, and then intersex, and then asexual. Pop a Shade Splitter first. Excavated Ember. Nice, nice, nice. Is there anything left in the deck that I really want to draw right? I guess Spike of the Hellhorn or Shroud Spike would both be really good. Fine. Bummer. Kind of big whiffs there, but we're okay. I've seen people using GRSM lately. How do you feel about that one? I don't know about that one at all. It would, it would be bad for me to have an opinion on that one, seeing as I know nothing about it. Let's throw those two. You know what? I'm actually just going to double spikes here. Rather than Spike of the Hellhorns. Do that later. Stands for gender, romantic, and sexual minorities. I like it. I like it. I'm not certain I can think of anything that is not broadly covered. Mind Collapse, Perils of Production. We don't instantly play the Perils of Production because we might play like Mind Collapse to kill something on bottom floor after like a Steel Enhance. Actually, I could totally see myself doing that. We'll Steel Enhance you, murder you, then I don't have any morsels out this turn, so I can't Perils of Production. If I could have as well, then this would have been like a perfect turn. Shade Split for energy. Rude! Giving me the Making of a Morsel right now. 16 armor, 16 rage. No bad, no bad. Okay. Start with the Making of a Morsel, pop that down. And then... I guess it's just sharpen, sharpen. No real reason to actually play any cards at this point. Got it. The Alloyed Construct already insta-kills everyone. Alright, chat, we'll do it. We'll do it. Get the Hurzel's compound there, definitely. Trample on Construct for the boss damage? Oh, no. No, my friend. This, this is earmarked for the Forge. Hang on. If we put Quick on that Alloyed as well as Trample, suddenly it's way better than having Spikes. And attacking your enemy very quickly to destroy them before they attack you will save you a lot of HP. Quick Trample Forge! No! Don't make me do that. Please. I'm gonna quickly do that before anyone convinces me otherwise. And upgrade the champion. Yeah, the Penumbra is 3 spaces itself, but adds 4 to the floor. Those restores aren't awful, but they're worse than just eating a morsel most of the time. I'm definitely removing one. It's now just if I remove the Shade Splitter or not. I think I need fuel more consistently, so I have to remove the second restore. So the champ is -1 capacity. Yeah, the champ makes the room emptier by being in it. I mean, it's only 20. I could give extra damage to the Morsel Master here. Morsel Master now does 90 multi-strike. Now does 60 damage by itself. Spike the Forge? No, we have jack strips. If anything would die to the spikes on the Forge, it won't be able to get to the Forge. I like your thinking though. That's not a bad idea. No multi-strike Forge. 0 times 2. Let's say you flex on him. Not most enemy units enter with spikes 5. That is not good. That's a big old not good right there. Especially for the Morsel Master. I'll take that. It's fine. We don't need that. Is this a Seraph that spawns units on the top floor? It does, but I already have a Morsel Miner that is constantly going to get eaten by the Ember Forge. Unless it gets summoned on the first floor, first turn, I guess. And then can't Mind Collapse you. Let's do that. Make you a morsel. Get another one down here. Trample Stone without being able to play it? Rude. This last challenge gives so much money, it's hard not to take. I'm starting to try and be in the position of, like, yes, it's hard not to take, but also, do I need it? Like, is this deck already capable of winning just by itself right now? And this one is. This one most definitely is. Let me get some more fuel here. Ooh, more energy. Love it. Did you hear that Magic the Gathering recently made a card so busted they had to ban it in the format where cards aren't allowed to be banned? They had to ban it in, oh god, Historic? What's the name of the format again? Vintage? Oh, there you go. It's been a long time since I played against, actually, the person since moved to Germany, a friend's dredge deck, which was my experience with the unbanned cards in Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I'm just gonna Shroud Spike now. I don't need the Shroud Spike to be huge. Okay. Excavember, Excavember. Let's get a Morsel Miner out there. Perils of Production it. I can't believe you've done this, chat. Can't believe you've made me do this. Run saved? Yeah, I don't know if I could have won before. We definitely have a rough time at the absolute least. Okay. Those out. Perils. Perils. Mind Collapse. I mean, I'm quick. It doesn't matter. I just kill them all before anything happens. These Morsel Miner, like the duplication of the Morsel Miner earlier was definitely the right play. Feeling very, very comfortable with that. And then Shade Split for the top floor. There we go. Pretty sure that's about as good as we need it to be. Sleep well, Barrel One. Best of luck with your programming, Sam. None of that's needed. If it was earlier on in the run, maybe I would have taken Grovel. Ooh, that's an interesting proposition. Put the Wildwood Custodian behind the Forge. I like it. Trample for Forge. I already have Trample for Forge. I can't throw the run because it's a fun meme. Especially because the more I play into the meme, the more people will ask me to do it, and then the more runs I have to throw. I will do it when it is possible. I kind of like the idea of going over here for the money, so I have the ability to re-roll at the Merchant of Trinkets. Most of my minions are fully upgraded anyway. If I was duping anything, it would be like an Alloyed Construct, which I don't want to dupe, or a Morsel Master, which I also kind of don't want to dupe. Do I want to not dupe a Morsel Master? Maybe I want to dupe a Morsel Master. But then I need the Penumbra to die. Dupe Shroud Spike? That's not bad, duping Shroud Spike there, but I really want the reroll of the Merchant. I'm gonna go for the reroll of the Merchant. We also might find double stack here if we found... Ooh, Consumable. 7 extra energy on turn 1. Could actually be relevant. Here's one question I have. Does the final Seraph boss, specifically the Seraph the Temperant boss, have any sweep units? Are there any Seraphs that have any sweep units? Do I need to care about sweep at any point? Thorn Fruit is +1 card per turn. It is. Although it also shuffles sting spells back into my deck, which I then have to cast. Like, they can be +1 spell every turn, but if I draw a hand full of stings, I'm not going to be happy with the fact that they were +1 spell every turn. Yes, the Ember Drain sweep ones. Okay. Hammer Chestplates would be good for dealing with that. I think I have to take this. So in purging a card, it's probably time to get the Sharpen out of here. Yeet. Alright. That'll have to do. Let's go for Seraph the Temperate. Heretic Thought, remove the Forge? Why? That would just be to make chat mad, basically. I was worried the whole top floor thing would have happened. It's fine, I've got a Mind Collapse. Penumbra has to go down first, then the Construct. Mind Collapse for the kill. Steel Enhancer, and then I have to hold. Annoyingly. Yeah. There we go. Got our Forge. Pop a Morsel Miner behind. I'm gonna throw the Perils of Production here. That's not enough because of the sap. Ugh. Annoying. At least we got more health morsels here. It's 100% necessary because otherwise the Alloyed Construct is about to have a capital BT bad time. Wildwood top, it still eats. I don't have the space for that. Oh, you mean get the Wildwood to eat in the Morsel Miner? Oh. Yeah, there's something to that. Yeah, there's definitely something to that. Time to save my units, I think. You are actually kidding me, right? 8, 10. We're alive, but very barely. At least we now kill all of the enemies, but life got real hard real fast here. I don't like it. It's a good shade splitter. That one's okay. I'm trampling through those. I'm fine here. Let's... Wildwood Custodian. I need to keep the Ember Forge as well. Mind Collapse for the kill there. Let's sharpen you. Perils. Pop out the defense there. Okay. I'd love a Shroud Spike this turn. Didn't get it. Still might get it though. Hang on. Found it. Perils. Perils. We're fine now. I do lose my Ember Forge. Somehow, weirdly, I'm not even slightly worried. Whew, that was dicey to start out with there. Say that much. That one got real spicy. Okay, I'm gonna sharpen. Mind Collapse. Hang on, what do you got? You got a Slay Trigger. Mind Collapse, the back one, I guess. Then Steel Enhance. I'm a Shade Splitter and pop ooh, Rubble Morsel up here. Neat. Idea for a Sting Incant deck? I've got one of those on YouTube. It was a good time. Went absolutely ridiculous. Alright. Morsel Miner goes down here. Perils, Perils. Yeah, Perils has been so key in this run. Very happy with the two draw relics that we ended up going for. Both of those out. It's Mind Collapse. You, and then I guess Shade Splitter for the top line, just in case it's a Rubble Morsel for extra energy next turn. Neat. So that's eating the Ember Morsels there on the top floor is actually like half a forge. Weirdly. Working out quite well. So the bottom two cards of my deck, yeah, both are making a morsel. So I'm going to put the Rubble Morsel on top floor to draw it. Nice. Pretty much as well as that could have gone. Alright, it is the final boss, so I will try and use this turn to do as much as possible. Some Miner. Colossal Miner. Throw out the Perils of Production. Obviously a Steel Enhance. Sharpen. Kill that unit getting back to Shade Splitters and just pop those on the top floor. Get him. Only 2 strikes. The Tall One, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. Much appreciated. Right on time for celebration of a pretty dang ridiculous run, if I do say so myself. Also, this was a stream run that took only an hour. Now that the run is over, I'm going to go see the dev stream. I will see you in an hour then. Yes, if anyone is looking to go and hop to watch the Slay the Spire dev get interviewed, or I don't know who's interviewing who, a round table, let's say, with the Slay the Spire dev and Good Shepherd, not Good Shepherd, sorry, Shiny Shoe. You can go find that over at Good Shepherd Entertainment's Twitch channel at the moment. I'm still going to be streaming right up until I start, which is after that ends. I will not be offended at all if you go to that stream in the meantime. I will catch you when I happen to turn up afterwards. Ooh, who's question mark? Hey, Brink's doing it as well. Nice. So what, am I on my 7 win streak at the moment? No clue. Let's go to the run summary. No, 6 win streak. What are the 5 missing colorless cards? Pretty ridiculous. It'd be Bone Shine, one of them. The Bone Shine event, both of those. And some other stuff I can't necessarily remember. Jarko, thank you very much for the 1,000 bids. Says another amazing run. Thank you, Jarko. It was, yeah, no, it very much kind of like shot from the outset of found the Alloyed Construct, wanted to build around it, had the Penumbra for the size. This actually worked out really well. We didn't have to use spells, and we didn't have to use, especially, any of our boss relics, getting the extra capacity. Yep, Penumbra worked out pretty well. It does very clearly show the problem that I have in evaluating the value of Architect Penumbra, and that's because I look at it and go, okay, how does this win a run by itself? And it doesn't. You need something else. It is effectively a spell that you're casting. Right. I've got to start thinking about it like that in particular. But yeah, pretty dang good run.